So we're taking a little casual stroll down Orchard Street here in NY, the location of well-known sneaker store Awake, which according to their website, launched in 2012, the brainchild of Queens native Angelo Bacche, a reflection of the diversity that continues to define the city's landscape. Awake NY draws on a plethora of Bacche's influences to capture the spirit and sensibility of the 5 boroughs. Now, if you've actually never shopped at this location, they're making a lot of noise right now. The name Awake is buzzing currently in the sneaker name due to their upcoming Jordan 5 collaboration. But actually last year in 2024, we actually did see Awake drop a pair of Jordan airships or Nike airships, which we actually did see released to some kind of mixed reviews, I would say. And just based off this image right here, where it looks like apparently a friends and family pair turned up at a secondhand or resale shop, which based off the resale prices right here, you guys can see there wasn't too much excitement when you say compared to this upcoming Jordan brand collaboration. So with all of that being said, here we got the first looks, which this is how they pretty much debuted these joints, earlier this year. And I feel like not a better way. Pulling up on the Stockroom UK, Angelo Bacche, he actually gave us the first look at these joints with a Timberland box, which I feel like is so NY. Perfect for this release, which I feel like pays homage to the city. You got the redesigned upper featuring the Awake logo. The first on-feet looks of these were going crazy. And I could pretty much say at this point, I was on board with this sneaker. One of the top pairs from my hit list when we talk about Jordan brand releases this year. But then unfortunately we got the update that apparently as far as some of these early pairs which were beginning to turn up, it looks like they were numbered, and even worse than that, limited to just 7,000 pairs. So this is where the controversy began, where we also saw some influencers seeded out early pairs gifted directly from Jordan brand, which apparently weren't numbered. So like, what exactly was going on? Angelo Bacche did actually clarify the whole situation, stating that the pairs that were gifted, seeded out, actually weren't numbered, while the retail pairs that customers will have access to coming up here real soon actually do feature the 1 out of 7,000 numbered embroidery behind the tongue right here. So this kind of reminds me of like that whole Kobe situation where we had some funny business happening with the release of the Kobe Air Force Ones last year, where certain pairs were numbered, but then also people that actually bought them from official retailers actually reported that some of the pairs weren't numbered. So I feel like this is a situation where we actually don't really know how many pairs are actually going to be out in here into the wild. And I feel like that 7,000 number is more so just a way to kind of like make people, actually want these more. You guys know everybody wants a shoe, which they can't really have. So what exactly is happening with this entire situation? We also have a well-known sneaker reseller out here over on Twitter talking about Awake 5's backdoor wide open. Now, we're not going to just jump to conclusions implying that they're backdooring the inventory just based off a tweet like this alone. But with this latest update, I'm not even gonna lie, I can't confirm exactly what's happening, but something behind the scenes is definitely kind of crazy, right? So when we talk about this release, which the public raffle will be opening up very soon, well, Awake, they did actually have a little private friends and family link, which did go available, which they actually gave access to select people that link in order to actually be able to purchase these sneakers in advance. That actual link was through Equal, and shortly afterwards, some of the people that did actually have access, which were able to cop these and secure these sneakers early, actually this email went out to them, which reads here, as mentioned on the Equal order site, all friends and family orders are being processed 24 to 48 hours after the purchase window closes, blah, blah, blah. Please keep an eye out, blah, blah, blah. Now it also says Racer Blue pairs. Remember, you have the pink bubblegum versus the Racer Blue. It says sizes 12, 13, 14, and 15. Due to an unprecedented volume of orders for the Racer Blue pairs, we unfortunately cannot fulfill all orders in sizes 12, 13, 14, and 15. Fulfillment will be on a first come, first served basis, which this kind of implies to me that this link was actually given out and maybe actually passed around, because apparently it looks like they took in too many orders than the actual amount that was fulfilled, for this actual early friends and family release. So what this tells me is that these shoes will be dropping via Equal. We just don't know how many pairs were actually set aside for friends and family fulfillment, and then how many pairs are actually going to be left over for the public. So this situation is looking kind of suspicious. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't want to just go out here and jump and say backdoor and everything, but it seems like we definitely have some type of conspiracy going on right here. So it might be time to throw on your tinfoil hats, you know what I'm saying, guys? So this person put equal, gonna cancel a raffle for the pink pairs, hopefully not. Somebody else said, or maybe, just maybe, a certain amount of pairs were set aside for friends and family and they took more orders than they can fulfill what they set aside. I think it's a bit premature to assume these sizes won't be available to the public based off of this email. Somebody also chimed in, that same reseller talking about Backdoor wide open, says that's because they needed to keep the hundreds of pairs for Backdoor list heavier in this size range. Ain't nobody wants small sizes in bulk. That's kind of crazy. This is a joke, man. I wear size 15 and already hard enough as to pick up. So basically what this dude, Brandon, is applying is that it looks like sizes 12, 13, 14, and 15 may have already been sold out on this friends and family link. And he's implying that possibly bigger sizes won't be available for the public equal raffle, which would imply essentially that these joints are backdoor with this early link right here. So again, we got to look here at this shoe right here, which I got to give props to Awake. They definitely did their thing as far as the design right here. This is the owner and founder right here, which we've been talking about, Angelo, him talking about the release. Now, he confirmed again that there is only 7,000 pairs available of these right here. But for some reason, like, it's just something funny about this, bro. Like, I feel like there's actually a lot more pairs than just 7,000. And especially with the numbered, I even want to say that we're not even going to see different numbers. They're all just going to say 1 out of 7,000, which again makes me feel like these joints, there's a lot more pairs in the wild than actually implied right here. So as far as the official raffle details, you know, besides all the shenanigans, if you're looking to get your hands on these, as far as the raffle details, Equal will be dropping these coming up here on the 17th. So this is a weird one. It's actually going to be going live on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. Online, people will have access to the bubblegum pink pair as well as the racer blue pair. And then as far as the in-store release, that's going to be just for the pink pairs. And then I guess we're going to see a sneakers app drop coming up at a later date. But when it comes to this drop, man, I ain't gonna lie, like, it feels like there's a lot of shenanigans happening out of both of these pairs. While I appreciate both of the designs, I'm definitely rocking with the pink pair from day one, which unfortunately, you know, happens to be even more limited. And as we mentioned earlier here, this reseller talking about the Backdoor is wide open. It's kind of crazy to think too, because we do see here available via this reseller's website, talking about only 7,000 pairs of the bubble gum, and they're selling them for $800 a pop early right now as we speak. So how does this reseller have a full size run of these available if this is a limited collaboration, unless the Backdoor is wide open? Like, that's crazy. Resellers got a full size run of these joints already, and they're charging $800 a piece. But as far as that same dude who was talking about the Backdoor is wide open, he also followed up talking about, I see the Awake 5 settling around the black pair, maybe 250 to 350-ish. Pink pair 4 to 500-ish, due to the fact that it's more limited. And based off these numbers, he's talking about prices in bulk, in his personal opinion, given market at the moment. So while I'm not gonna just flat out say the Backdoor is wide open, all the signs are pointing to some funny business happening behind the scenes. And as far as these resale prices, it ain't looking good. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying not to let this break my spirit. I've still been a fan of these, you know, since we first saw them joints debuted in the Timberland box. I still think it's a great sneaker. So I'm gonna just enter for the equal raffle. Who knows how many pairs will be available for that after all of the shenanigans happening, after all of the early pairs which already dropped. I'm gonna just go for them, call it a day. You know, if I hit, I feel great. Otherwise, I'm not really banking on it like that. So we'll see how things play out. But as far as this drop, things ain't looking too great. So let me know what y'all think about it. JATV, drop your feedback down below. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch y'all next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out. Love.